Hi, welcome to the Siren's Tale Tarot, and I am here with your 2022 yearly readings. So to start off with, we have three different tarot decks for three different piles to choose from. In the first pile, we have the Fortuna Tarot. Second pile, we have the Cosmic Visions Tarot. In the third pile, we have the True North Tarot. And on top of this, I intuitively selected some crystals to go along with the energies for these piles. Here, we have some moss agate carved in the form of a dragon head. In the second pile, we have blue sandstone tower with some moon carvings on it. For the third pile, we have a fluorite. We have a slab of fluorite. So close your eyes, pause this video for a minute, meditate, and select which pile resonates the most with you. And check down in the bio to find your timestamp. Hi Pile 1, welcome to your reading, and let's dive right into it. Okay, so 2022 for Pile 1. Ooh, the Queen of Cups. The Six of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles. And we have the Five of Swords. Okay. So, right off the bat, this is going to be a really empowering year for this pile. Especially with this Queen of Cups right here. The Queen of Cups is all about finding that emotional balance within yourself. And it's all about just really being attuned to your emotions and being attuned to the divine feminine energy within you. And this is something, if you've been struggling to kind of find this balance for a while, this is something you're really going to kind of be able to usher into your life in 2022, especially with this Six of Pentacles right here. The Six of Pentacles is all about that giving and receiving. It's all about finding balance with what's coming in and what's coming out, right? And with the Queen of Cups right here, it can show just a lot of balance, like what you're giving out to other people, the energy that you're putting into other people. You're going to be expecting, or you should be receiving that in return, and if you don't receive that same energy back, you're going to be able to set those boundaries accordingly. And here we have the Page of Pentacles too, so we have a lot of career-oriented energy as well as just finding more internal balance within yourself. And with the Page of Pentacles, as we all know, this can speak to new career opportunities, finding alignment with your career, and just really getting on that grind, or really just being focused on your finances and your career this year. But there is a focus though on your relationships and what's going on in your emotional body as well, especially with this Five of Swords energy right here. You could be learning how to manage, perhaps you could be somebody that could have anger issues or struggle with dealing with emotions like anger, or you could be dealing with some pretty difficult people that get on your nerves, that really irritate you. And this Queen of Cups right here, you're going to really find a balance and just figure out how to manage those conflicts, and perhaps learn how to pick your battles. And we'll pull some clarifiers here underneath each card so we can get a better understanding of this energy for 2022. Pile 1, 2022. Pile 1, 2022. Okay. Yep, Knight of Swords. Too many. Seven of Wands in reverse. And we have, interesting. Page of Pentacles in reverse. And these two wanted to come out together, 2-4 energies. So basically, just to dive deeper into what I was saying before, right? We have this Page of Pentacles energy, and then actually I'll just start at the beginning and then work my way forward. Here we have the Knight of Swords with the Queen of Cups, and yeah, this is when I was talking before about boundaries, about expecting the energy that you're putting out, right? The Knight of Swords is all about not only chasing after what you want, but it's also being assertive and just kind of being able to put out there what you want and what you expect to receive back, right? And this is also just a warning too in advance that don't be too impulsive. Like if you are single and you start dating somebody or go on a few first dates with somebody, don't be quick to cut them off the first date or the second date or so because because you're like, I feel like they're not going to give me what I need in a relationship. Just like give it some time, right? Don't be too impulsive and listen to your intuition and listen to your emotional body. And then moving forward with the Six of Cups, not Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles energy, we have the Seven of Wands in reverse, and typically upright, the Seven of Wands represent people trying to bring you down, people trying to sort of attack you because they're jealous of your success, or they're just not happy to see you in a position where you're happy. And with this in reverse, right, again, it kind of reinforces the idea that you're going to be setting boundaries with people this year, and you're going to be standing up for yourself. And if you're somebody who typically maybe you're afraid to make people angry, or you're more of a people pleaser, this is an energy saying it's time to stop worrying about how people feel. What about how you feel, right? What makes you feel happy? What makes you feel empowered? And it's time to focus more on that, right? Don't worry about making other people angry. What they think doesn't matter, right? If they want to see you unhappy, if they want to see you in a state where you're not really satisfied with your life, right? Maybe you should cut them out of your life, right? You don't need that energy in your life, right? You're on a path and you're moving forward and you're doing well. Don't let people take away from your success. And then moving forward, and what's interesting here, what I feel really drawn to talking about here is we have the Page of Pentacles right here, but what popped out here is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And this is very interesting, right? Because where this points to new financial opportunities, right? A potential new career path, potential promotion, and just feeling very, very divinely aligned with your current path of career. Perhaps you're not feeling that way right now. Maybe you feel like the path you're on right now is getting you nowhere, or perhaps you're even kind of self-sabotaging yourself and you have this defeating mentality where like, I'm going to get nowhere with this, or I'm not good enough, or how can I possibly be competitive against my peers? And it comes back to the Seven of Wands energy. Maybe you have some people at work or people in your life who make you believe that you're not good enough to be successful in the field that you're in, or maybe successful at all. And with this Page of Pentacles in reverse underneath, perhaps it's pointing to you to let go of these self-limiting beliefs, and to focus on this upright energy, focus on the fact that you have the ability to accomplish so much more than you know. That's the biggest message here, is that you can do so much more than you know. Don't let other people take that away from you. Don't let people drain your energy. Don't let people take away from your emotional body. It's a bit of energy there. And then under the Five of Swords, we have the Four of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. And we have two fours come up. In the numerology, the four speaks to stability, building foundations for yourself, right? So while in one area of your life, you're pushing through obstacles and you're sort of learning to channel, that inner Queen of Cups, right? Or you're working your way towards that Queen of Pentacles energy. In this case, perhaps in your relationships with other people or learning how to set these boundaries, right? You're definitely in this building stage. You're definitely in this foundational stage. Because here we have the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles, again, these two cards, they're not super similar, but there's this idea of balance, right? With the Four of Pentacles, there's this strong idea of balance in your life. And perhaps you're somebody who likes to save money, or you're somebody who grew up never really having that much money. Maybe you're in a career now where you're making a little more and you have the ability to maybe spend a little more, and perhaps you're kind of restricting yourself because you believe you don't deserve to have nice things, right? If you can budget it, if you can afford it, why are you restricting yourself, right? Like, if you have a nice dress, or if you see this nice dress you want to buy, maybe it's a little bit more expensive, but it fits you perfectly and it makes you feel really good, and you haven't bought any new clothes in a while. Like, you should just go ahead and buy it, right? Don't buy that other cheap dress that's only going to last you like 6 months, right? Treat yourself. You don't need to be so restrictive on yourself, right? You've been working really hard in your career with this Six of Pentacles and this Page of Pentacles energy, right? You've been working hard, you've earned it, and you deserve it. And again, speaking of taking care of yourself, you have this Four of Swords energy, so you could just be feeling very burnt out, and maybe that's why maybe you're being irritable at other people because you're so exhausted, you're so worn out, you've been just working your butt off the past year, right? Maybe it's time to maybe try and plan a small vacation this year, or maybe just take a few mental health days off, you know? Let yourself sleep a little, let yourself relax, right? Like, you deserve to rest, and you deserve to give yourself nice things. That's a big message here. Now, with further ado, we are going to get into our oracle. So let's see what messages come out. Oh. No kings but us. Let's grab this. Oh, that just fell. Have that come out. See, pile 1, 2022. Atlas, yeah, that's perfect energy. And let's go grab the deck that fell. Actually, this was the one card on the deck that did not fall. So we'll take this and then I'll pull another. Pile 1, 2022. Pile 1, 2022. There we go. Oh, we had 2 fly out. So we'll just take them all. So, we have no kings but us. Stock is my pursuit, both honorable and focused. Atlas, guidance and discovery. There is a map inside your heart. May you one day realize you are both the seeker and the guide. Then with these 3 cards, we have Phoenix, how's that for a happily ever after? Protest, start a revolution. And Spaceship, don't be afraid to sing. So with this No Kings But Us card, and I'll read this little excerpt from the guidebook because this is a very esoteric deck. Let's see. No kings but us. Yes, you are the cumulative mighty efforts of your ancestors. You are their wish granted and dream realized. You are miraculous, you are ancient, and you are holy. You are the sum of fate, time, love, and luck, all conspiring together. You are an instrument fine-tuned to bring forth the sometimes euphonious, sometimes it's the word cacophonious, and always harmonious rhythms and tickings of this universe. You are here to play and you are here to dance. That's a pretty interesting message right here, especially with this "Don't be afraid to sing" card right here. So we'll just put these right next to each other, right? And with no kings but us, right? This is basically saying you know, you are your own king, queen, whatever you want to call it, right? You are your own master, and you have whatever it is that you own, right? But this is basically similar to what this message you're saying, right? Like, you deserve nice things. You deserve to treat at least yourself like the king, queen that you are. And with this spaceship right here too, like, you're also meant to have fun, right? Like, what's the point of life, like, especially here on Earth, if all you do is work and work and work and you don't give yourself time to have fun? You deserve to have fun. You deserve to go out. You deserve to go dance, sing, whatever it is that you like to do in your free time, right? You deserve to enjoy your life a little. So especially with this upcoming new year in 2022, make sure you make time to go out with your friends. Make sure you make time to go out and just, you know, enjoy life. And what we have here, let's move on to our next card. We have, is my pursuit both honorable and focused? Right, and with this one too, it has a pretty lengthy guidebook, and it gives some extra information. This is a very animal-based deck, and with this card, the mountain lion has come out. So we will dive right into that as well. Right? You're unlikely to spot mountain lion on the prairie now, but did you know his range used to be the largest of mammals in the Western world? Groups of humans called him different names, including cougar, panther, and puma. As settlers moved across North America, they took over the land and drove him west in promiscuous prosecution of their own hierarchy. Today's glimpse on the energetic plane is a generous gift from the stunning and elusive cat. Stop in your tracks. Topple the ladder and meet mountain lion with due respect as equals in your own power, sourced in an interdependence and love consciousness sentient beings share. Make eye contact, stand tall, and learn from his fortitude. Mountain lion's reputation for hunting prowess is well deserved. With stealth, cunning, and patience, he successfully stalks prey from deer to mouse. Mountain lion makes good use of his keen night vision and hearing, his pounce of surprise that punctuates watchful silence. How can you apply this energy to your own life? Start by getting clear about what you're seeking or desiring at this time. Honestly query the honorability of your pursuit, including both your intention and your impact. What does personal power look like when we fully claim and fulfill our individual roles, all the while remembering we remain part of the larger whole? Call on Mountain Lion to help you master the effort and timing that will best serve your aim. Red-tailed hawk may also be a supportive messenger for you at this time. So, yes, biggest message here, and I think this really relates, you know, to this Page of Pentacles in reverse energy, right? Like, don't be scattered, especially when it comes to setting intentions for your career and what you want to accomplish in 2022. Don't let your energy be scattered, right? Be focused. Set a goal for yourself. Do you want to get promoted? Do you want to get an interview for the certain job? Like, what is your goal, right? And how can you, and like, don't let your energy get all over the place. Don't be like, oh, I want to do this, this, this. Pick something and go towards it. Don't let indecisiveness or don't let the disapproval of others get in the way of you pursuing your goals, right? That's a big message here, especially with this atlas right here, right? Guidance and discovery. There's a map inside your heart. May you one day realize you are both the seeker and the guide, right? Like, you are your own true north. You are your own North Star. You have that inside you because you have your higher self inside you guiding you. You have your spirit guides guiding you on this path throughout this lifetime, right? you already know what you want to do with your life. Like deep down, you know what resonates with you the most, and you know where you can make the most impact and what will make you the most happiest, right? Trust yourself, trust your intuition, right? Screw all the other people that tell you otherwise, right? Screw all the people that are not supportive of you in your dreams, because you deserve to have people that support you in your dreams, right? And you'll get there, right? If you're following your true calling, if you're following your intuition, you will find success. And that is the big message here. And now, pull into these two cards, we have Phoenix and Protest, right? Phoenix, how's that for a happily ever after? Right? And I think this really also connects to this Knight of Swords and Seven of Wands in reverse energy, right? Like show these people off, right? Do what you want to do what you feel called to do, and they'll be like, I did it. You told me I couldn't do it, and I did it, and I'm successful now, right? Like, chase your dreams, right? Prove all those people wrong. Prove all those people wrong who said that you couldn't succeed, right? The universe has your back, right? And this Protest card, I believe that these cards came out together, right? Change the world of the people around you, right? Like, surprise them, right? You may have people who think that you can't do something because you've been told you can't, or maybe there's like something barricading you, where you feel like you can't do whatever it is that you want to do. But break those barriers down, right? And yeah, that's the main message that comes with these oracle cards. And then to end it off, I have a yes or no question deck. So I want you to think of a yes or no question as I shuffle these cards, and whatever is whatever the answer to that question is will be revealed. And there's like different answers. It's not just yes or no, but it will tell you what you need to hear. So think about it. This is the sign. So whatever your question is, maybe you're asking if you should go for something or not, this is your sign to go for it. Okay? I want to thank you for watching. If you've watched this far, it really means the world to me. I appreciate any support I can get. I hope you all have a wonderful new year. And thank you, Pile 1. Welcome, Pile 2, and let's jump right into your 2022 reading. And we have High Priestess in reverse. See, yeah, keep it this way. We have Ten of Swords in reverse. Let's see, Pile 2, 2022. Pile 2, 2022. Just fell everywhere. Pile 2, 2022. That is too many. Pile 2, 2022. Go, Five of Cups. And Seven of Wands. Okay. So this is definitely going to be a year of transformation, pile 2. A lot of changes, perhaps some unexpected ones, are going to be occurring for you guys. Before we get into it, I'm going to pull the clarifiers. 2022 pile 2. 2022 pile 2. 2022 pile 2. Star reverse, temperance. Okay, those fell. 2022 pile 2. 6 of Cups. Oh yeah, there's my feeling there. 2022 pile 2. Okay, so we have some pretty heavy energy here, pile 2. With the High Priestess in reverse, this year you may be feeling a lack of connection to your divine feminine energy, or a lack of feminine energy in your life, a disconnect between you and spirit. Perhaps you're feeling it right now. This could be an energy you're already in. And part of the lessons that you'll experience in 2022 is coming back into connection with spirit, back into connection with your third eye and your connection to your higher self, because you are disconnected right now. There's definitely a lot of disconnection, and I'm really getting a strong feeling that part of this disconnection is because you're holding on to the past. You're not letting go of things that you should have let go of a long time ago. Maybe there was a pretty difficult breakup that you've recently had, or maybe you had it maybe a year ago, or there could be one that you may experience, not everybody obviously, next year, but this connection or this energy is getting in the way of your connection to spirit, and it feels like I feel a lot of anxiety with this energy, a lot of sadness, just that 5 of Cups energy, just, that feeling of hopelessness, that, just heartbreak suck, that heartache sucks, and it's not the best energy to be sitting in, especially because we have this 10 of Swords in reverse, and this is actually in reverse. It means sort of you will be learning to let go of this energy you've been holding on to. You'll be learning to come back into alignment with your intuition, with your divine feminine, and it's going to be a painful process, right? It's always painful letting go, especially if it was a codependent relationship, or a relationship in which you had a lot of emotional investment in. And with the Star in reverse too, it will be pretty painful, and for a while you may feel hopeless, or in that this disconnection with spirit and your higher self may continue in for the first maybe 3 or 4 months of 2022, but you're going to slowly find your way back, and know that when you hit rock bottom, there's no going down anymore. You've hit rock bottom, and the only way to go is up. And sort of sort of in addition to that too, is that you can't go down any further, but know that it is your decision to climb your way out of that hole and back up into the sunlight, and to continue moving forward with your life, because you're definitely stuck in a rut right now. And this could be completely unrelated to a relationship or something, but you could just very much be spiritually and emotionally stuck in a rut. And this is a message saying that you have the ability to climb yourself out of it, but you need to meet spirit halfway, right? You need to show a want to climb yourself out of that hole, and you need to learn to renew that trust in the universe, right? You need to learn to put more of your trust in the universe, right? And then with the 5 of Cups here, right, and this is where it's sort of that energy of maybe you're having trouble letting go of a past relationship, especially with this 6 of Cups card right here, right? And this can also just speak to a disconnect with your inner child. Perhaps there's some trauma you're working through, some childhood trauma, and this is also just a sign that maybe it's time to get back in touch with your inner child, right? And if you're watching this, maybe I just really get the sense that maybe putting your hands on your heart right now, wow, listening to this part can just kind of help a little. But you definitely need, maybe do a few meditations or something. But your inner child is kind of crying out or reaching out, right? You could have been neglecting this inner child for a while, maybe just running away from this trauma. But what this part of you really needs is for you to reach back and to give them, you know, like an energetic hug, to soothe them and to make them feel safe again, right? Especially if you've just been stuck in these karmic cycles, you know, like being stuck in the same relationships with the same type of bad partners, perhaps, or toxic partners, or stuck in codependency cycles. This energy really speaks to, you need to go deep within, do some shallow work, do some inner child work, and reconnect with yourself. And when you reconnect with yourself, you're reconnecting your connection with spirit, and you're reconnecting your connection with your higher self. So this is just a lot of, like, this year is going to be just a lot of processing trauma, learning to sort of come to terms with your past, coming to terms with how your life is right now, and taking this stuck in the right energy and transforming it into a way to move forward, and transmuting this energy into something more positive and progressive for yourself and perhaps for others around you as well. And with this Seven of Wands energy, right, you could have some exes even coming back this next year, right? You could have some exes that are seeing you climbing, like pulling yourself out of this rut, or maybe some toxic friends you've had, just some toxic people, and they're going to see you coming out of this, and maybe they get jealous, or maybe they want to drag you back down with them, you know. And this is just a warning as well. You're going to have some people that are going to try and keep you down. They want to keep you down because they find satisfaction with seeing you so unhappy with your life. With this Queen of Cups in reverse, right? They like seeing you emotionally imbalanced. They like having this sort of energetic, emotional power or hold over you. So if you're still sort of in this toxic connection, right? Like, you're going to have this person, or maybe you have a toxic family, or you're going to have people that are going to want to hold you back from moving forward. And this is your message from Spirit, saying don't let these people bring you down, right? You've spent so much, you spent enough of your life in this rut. You don't need to have other people that want to keep you in this rut. You don't need that energy in your life, right? And let's just jump right into your oracle cards. This is a very, very powerful message I'm getting, right? Like, 2022, it will be a difficult year. It will be a difficult transition. These challenges will be very difficult, but the rewards will be worth it, right? The rewards will be worth it. And actually, let me pull another card, right, for the outcome. Like, if you choose, you know, what would be the outcome if you have yourself break free from this energy? Pull this out. What would be the energy? Too many cards. What direction is this card? Yes. Okay, Ten of Pentacles reverse. So it's going to kind of put a wrench in your career plans. Maybe you'll need to change careers or something, or change up your life a little, and that could throw you off balance for a little bit. What else? Oh, tarot card fell on the floor too from the last shuffle. Let's see what we have here. And we have the Moon in reverse. So yes, you'll be sort of like, once you're able to get yourself out of this rut, you're going to be sort of reevaluating a lot of the decisions you've made in the past. You're going to be reevaluating your just your current path right now, right? And wow, it's really ironic. We have the Two of Swords energy right here, right? You're going to have two different paths in front of you, right? Two different ways to go. But if you choose to get yourself out of this rut, right, and just sort of embrace and find your own sense of freedom, find your own sense of success, right, you're going to be aligning with your path, right, with the moon in reverse. You're going to be finding clarity, and you're going to be learning how to trust yourself and trust your intuition, right? Because right now everything's clouded, right? You're not sure which direction to go. You're not sure what path to take. And by focusing on your emotional body right now, by focusing on your inner child and healing and letting go of this toxic energy, or this past energy, right? You'll be finding clarity, and you'll be finding a better sense of alignment with your path. And maybe you'll realize, hey, this is not what I want to do with my life anymore. I need to do something. I need to take some action, and I need to make some more positive change in my life. And that's a big message I'm getting here. Let's finally shuffle cards. It's too many. Oops, I took these off. Okay, 2022 pile 2. Okay, we'll take these 2. Yes, look, that past energy I've been talking about, it needs to let go of. Water has memory, and then we have 1111. Let's pull the others. Pile 2, 2022. Pile 2, 2022. Okay, we'll take these 2. Look at that. You never needed those wings to fly. And forgive. Okay, let's get Prairie Majesty card. Pile 2, 2022. Go hold. What riches do I carry within? And let's do one of these. There we go. Roots and foundations. Travel safe, my friend. Get to know the world and explore, but never forget where you came from. So let's dive right into these messages. So we're going to start off with this because I believe there's a really powerful message here. And I like to read these cards directly from the guidebook because it's a very sort of esoteric energy. So with water has memory. Ancient magics of all sorts work interdependently to weave together and animate our forms, water being the most prolific of them all. The vast majority of the human body is made up of water. The brain and heart are 73% water. The lungs, 83%, the muscles and kidneys, 79%, the skin, 64%. Even bones are 31% water. The water that constitutes us, like the stardust in our bones, has journeyed long before we came here and will continue long after we leave. Lacking any neuronal tissue, water is not considered alive in any traditional sense, and yet no life is possible without it. Right? So a lot of this energy here with water has memory. There's definitely a message coming through. And I believe this really speaks to sort of what we were talking about with letting go of the past, right? Like, memories are very powerful, especially the way our body remembers it. And to connect this with the theme of processing trauma and letting go, the brain stores trauma in a different way than it does any normal memory, and it leaves a different impact than a normal, typical, everyday memory has. Trauma is an unprocessed memory. It's an experience that is unprocessed and is usually, associated with some very strong emotions. And I think the message here is that maybe it's time to turn those experiences into memories. Maybe it's time to transmute all that fear or anxiety or all that heavy, maybe it's trying to transmute all that heavy energy into a memory, right? And that's a lot of the message I'm getting here. And with 1111, the crown jewel of time magic, 1111 descends twice daily on the wings of angels and invites its witness to make a wish. This wish portal opens so frequently that one must wonder if the universe requires wishes in much the same way an automobile requires gasoline. Or perhaps spirit delights in receiving wishes in much the same way as humans revel in casting them. Whether they are an essential resource or luxury item in the spirit world, a wish cast, or rather the belief behind casting said wish, carries value across dimensions. It may in fact be what makes this thing go. For the weary traveler and those who, for an array of reasons, have lost faith in the efficacy of wish-making, this recurring visitor is merely a tick of the clock, unnoticed but inexorable, a quiet, perpetual invitation to hope. In either case, it offers only a slight smile, a squeeze on the shoulder, a mischievous wink before dissolving back into infinity. Right, and basically, with this too, you have a very strong, you have a powerful ability to manifest, Pile 2. You have a very strong ability to think of something or write it down and set your intentions and have it manifest into your life. And right now this ability is sort of hindered because you're disconnected from spirit, but know that this is, I feel, a very strong ability to have, and a way that you can sort of slowly start to mend that connection with spirit is by setting intentions and trying to manifest what you want to come into your life in 2022, right? Manifesting is very powerful, and the type of energy state you're in will greatly affect how those things will manifest in your life. So if you're in this rut and you're constantly trying to manifest, what you want or blah, 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 right? But you're in this rut, you're in this heavy energy, it's not going to manifest in the way that you want it to. And that's a big reason why, there's this message to, pull yourself out of that rut, right? So you can get back, not only connection with spirit, but in this connection with this ability you have. And I want to get into these now. Wings. You never needed those wings to fly. And you could, in this rut that you're in, maybe you think you need to grow wings, or maybe you think you need to have this special magical opportunity just come into your life in order to get yourself out of this rut. Maybe you think it's something that's an instantaneous process, but it's not, right? You don't need to suddenly grow wings or have wings given to you by someone else in order to fly. You don't need any of that in order to be successful. It takes one step at a time, right, to learn how to pick yourself up and how to find that momentum and, to fly, right? Just know that you create your own success, and you have everything within you already to get yourself out of this rut, to make the changes that you want in your life. Especially in part of, and I feel like the reason why you're stuck in this rut is because you're bogged down by all this really heavy energy. And with this card red coming out, forgive, right? I really think there's a lot, and part of the process of processing trauma, of learning to forgive yourself. I guess I just said, you need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive yourself for decisions you made in the past, right? We're all human. We've all made stupid decisions that we should not have made, right? And you need to forgive yourself, right? Like, you did the best you could with what you knew at the time, right? And this goes for other people in your life too who have hurt you. If you have toxic parents or toxic family members, just know that in not all cases, right? There are some pretty severe cases, right? Just know that if you have parents that try their best to look out for you, they're doing it in the best way that they know how. They too have their own trauma. They too have their own wounds. And while they shouldn't be projecting it onto you, right, it's important, if you ever want to find peace within yourself, to forgive those people who have hurt you, right? Because they don't know any better, right? They too themselves are wounded. They too themselves are struggling with their own demons. And that's something that's important to recognize, right? And actually let's get into this too. What riches do I carry within? And I also like to read these from the guidebook because it's beautifully written. It's one of my favorite decks. Hold. Over the course of this lifetime, and those our souls have lived before, we go through many cycles of death and rebirth, both literal and metaphorical. Regardless of whether we label them good or bad, our many experiences are like fertilizer for soul growth. We can mine them for nutrients such as forgiveness, wisdom, understanding, and greater capacity for compassion. Long celebrated for its potency, prairie soil shows us how. Its womb-like deep dark softness absorbs the old and uses it to support the new. The massive and dense root systems of prairie plants and bodies of other organisms leave behind nutrients as they decompose, an inheritance of riches. Like prairie soil, more than half of prairie plants are hidden underground. This intricate system not only preserves prairie soil by holding it in place, but also supports water filtration. Your soul also has the ability to hold, filter, and draw upon the fullness of your past from a neutral mindset. If certain memories or feelings are surfacing, explore what they might be trying to offer you to help the situation on your mind today. Prairie soil may be also appearing to encourage you to access intelligence from past lives that's been hidden until you need it and are ready for it. On the deepest level, you are part of and held by the grand soil of the universe, always offering exactly the sustenance you need, moment by moment. Meditate with this visual if you like. Right? And like what was I just saying earlier with the tarot cards, right? The best gift you can give yourself is to take this pain you've experienced, to take this trauma, to take all these negative, heavy energies you're holding on to, and to transmute them into something that you can use to build your foundations on. You can take lessons. There's so much you can take and learn from these experiences and transmute them in a better and healthier way for yourself, so you feel so much lighter walking around, right? You don't need to be bogged down by this heavy energy all the time. And that is the biggest message coming through with this card's energy. And here, with our little mini card, travel safe, my friend. Get to know the world and go explore, but never forget where you came from here. And here we have roots and foundations, right? So like a lot of 2022 will be about rebuilding your roots, rebuilding your foundations. Everything may be crumbling down, and everything probably has already crumbled down, but you don't need to sit there in this broken, crumpled down home, right? Build a new home for yourself, right? Build a better home. Build one with strong and solid foundations, a home that isn't going to tumble down and break when one bad thing happens, right? And that is a big message for you guys, right? 2022, a big year of transformation. And to finish off this pile, I want you to think of a yes or no question, and I will be using this little mini deck I have to give you an answer to that yes or no question. So I'm going to shuffle and meditate, and I want you to think of a question and do the same. This one, unlikely. So whatever the answer to your question is, the answer is unlikely. And okay, this wraps up your 2022 reading pile 2. I hope you resonate with this, and I hope you found some useful messages. Thank you. If you've watched this far, it means a lot to me, and your support means the world to me. And I hope you have a happy new year. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. We're going to dive right into it. Here we are using the True North Tarot. This is actually one of my favorite decks. Okay, pile 3, 2022. Oh my gosh. Pile 3. 2022. So it cuts. February 2022. Wow, so this is a lot of career focus, a lot of, I feel, financial focus for 2022. Before we get into it, I'll pull the clarifiers. That's very interesting. This happened with pile 1 as well. The Lovers in reverse, interesting. Pile 3, 2022. Too many. Pile 3, 2022. There we go. So lots of up and down energy here, and we'll dive into this, right? So we have the Ten of Pentacles, but the clarifier that came out underneath is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So this can point to, I think, 2021. You've worked very hard in your career. You've worked very hard to create material abundance for yourself, to create sort of a lot of stability for yourself, and you could be in a very stable place right now, but in a sense, I feel like that's not enough for you, or maybe you're not feeling as emotionally fulfilled as you thought you would. Like maybe you spent so much time in 2021 focusing on career that you've been neglecting the connections and the relationships and the people in your life. Like you've been so focused on career, you haven't been really thinking about making friends or love or romance, whatever that is. And while there's nothing wrong with that, but now you could sort of be kind of craving that energy or craving those connections in your life right now. So while you're very thankful, and there's a lot of gratitude for this abundance, for the stability that you have in your life right now, you're also feeling like you could be missing a piece, could be missing something in your life right now. So 2022, I feel like a lot of the energy is going to be sort of maybe pursuing relationships in your life, or maybe, you know, going out and putting yourself out there. But at the same time too, right, we have 3 Pentacle cards that came out for you, right? So there's still there's a big part of you. You could be like a workaholic, could be a lot of Virgo or Capricorn energy here, even Taurus energy in your chart, or Mars or whatever, like Mars and Capricorn, or Mars and Virgo. But there's a lot of Pentacle energy. So in a sense, you have a constant need to feel successful. You have a constant need to always be climbing higher and higher, and this can clash a lot with your desire to want to go out and relax and maybe meet people, find a partner for yourself. So you have this sort of mixed energy here where you're driven, you constantly have this drive to make more money or to be more successful. At the same time, though, you're sort of neglecting your emotional body and that natural human need to connect with others. So this will be a theme, is learning to let go a little and learning to put yourself out there. So here we have the 9 of Pentacles, and this is all about wishes coming true as well. So you're going to be setting intentions for wishes coming true, and in this case with the Queen of Swords, you're going to be setting intentions to learn how to let loose a little, to learn how to let go of your need to always be working, to always be working towards something, to always have some sort of financial or career-oriented goal, right? Because traditionally the Queen of Swords upright can represent perhaps a cold-hearted woman or a very driven woman. She's very sharp. She knows what she wants, but reversed, it can speak to sort of maybe softening a little and embracing your emotional body more, and maybe learning to let go of your strong grip, or learning to let go of your need for control in 2022, and learning to kind of go with the flow and see where life takes you, right? If you trust the universe, things are going to fall together and align in such a beautiful way, and in a way that you can never really predict or imagine right now. But to do that, there needs to be a release of a need for control in your life. And with the Nine of Pentacles, you definitely have the ability to wish and achieve for whatever you want, but when it comes to relationships, that's a different story. And you're definitely going to be, I think, experimenting with if you're single, you're definitely going to be experimenting a lot more with your love life, or like just going on different dates and figuring out the type of partner you need in your life, and the type of balance you can find in your life where you can manage work and love at the same time. And if you're currently in a relationship, right, a lot of 2022 can be about learning to make more time for these people in your life, and learning how to connect on a deeper and more emotionally intimate level than you did the past, 2021 or 2020, right? Because that's very important for a connection. And with the Seven of Cups energy, again, it speaks to this just energy that you have the ability to work hard and manifest and create any type of abundance that you want, right? You could just go out, you could quit your job right now and apply for another job. Like, you're like that capable of success and like finding success in many various fields. You're a very versatile person. So it could maybe speak to a combination of maybe earth, air energy perhaps. But the Seven of Cups energy too can also speak to, in terms of romance and relationships, you like have your pick of the, like it could just speak to having many different suitors or many different options, and you're not really sure what option or what type of person will fit you the best and fit your needs the best. And in fact, you've worked so hard developing, your career success and your financial success, right, that you haven't had that much development in regards to relationships and figuring them out. And with this Lovers in reversed, I feel you're definitely, like, you still have to work through your karmic relationships, right? Typically, there's some people where there's that an exception, but typically for those who are single, I feel like it's a big message for those who are single. You typically need to kind of date the wrong people to find out what the right people look like, or what the right person looks like for you. In this case, they tend to come in the form of karmic connections, right? So there's going to be some people that you're meant to meet, come across and get in connections and relationships with, and they may not necessarily be the best relationships, or they could be a good relationship but just not for you. But they teach you not only about what you want, but they teach you a lot about yourself. And in most cases, these people act as a mirror to who you are right now. So right now, like, if you are a very ambitious, very work-oriented person, you may think, oh, I need to find somebody who is as work-oriented as I am, who is as driven and ambitious as I am. But in reality, that person can act as a mirror to you, and perhaps you'll realize that instead of having somebody that will egg on this workaholic energy, or perhaps you guys clash heads because you both are ambitious, you need somebody who's more laid back, or somebody who can help you relax and just come back more into more of that happy, relaxed energy, and teach you how to have fun and connect with your inner child. That's a big message coming through here, especially as we have the Ten of Pentacles right here, but we end with the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles, it's not only about having that career, that success with career, that abundance with your finances, but it's about having a more full home. It's about having a happy home and being the provider, but also being a nurturer, being a nurturing presence in the life of the people you care about, right? Like, you're able to bring in all the dough, but at the same time, you're also able to make time to take care of the people that you love and to nurture your relationships as well. And it will take you a while, though, to kind of come into this energy. It can take beyond 2022 for this, I believe, but towards the end of 2022, I definitely feel you're going to start to feel the beginnings of this energy. And while for those who are single, if you come out the end of 2022 still single, but you put yourself out there into the dating pool, into the dating scene, you've started to sort of figure out what you want, just don't give up hope. Because the Five of Swords can speak to maybe after, maybe like you date somebody for a few months and it doesn't work out, and you're like, oh man, this isn't for me, this is what I get for putting myself out there, I just get rejected. Like, don't think that at all, right? You're learning who you are, and you're learning the type of people that resonate and don't resonate with you. And and if this happens, just know that you and that person are on different paths of life, have different philosophies of life, and you guys are not meant to walk through life together, because your paths just go in different directions and they only merely crossed briefly, right? So just don't give up hope on this energy, right? This energy of having that full, happy, and loving home, and also that abundance, right? Don't give up hope, because you're going to get there, and it's going to take some time, right? Pentacles is a very slow-moving energy. It could take years even, but as long as you don't give up, and as long as you continue to put your faith and trust in the universe, you are going to get there, right? And we have this bottom pile energy right here, 8 of Cups. This popped out to me. 8 of Cups is, don't be afraid to walk away from people where, let's say you're on like a 3rd or 4th date and just something feels off, right? Something just does not feel right. Don't be afraid to walk away if it doesn't feel right. You have strong intuition, right? You know how to recognize when somebody's bad or not, because on the other deck we have the Magician, right? Like, you have strong intuition, right? And if something doesn't feel right, don't be afraid to walk away. Don't be afraid to cut people off. And yeah, that's the biggest messages here, and we'll start getting right into the oracle. 2022 pile 3. 2022 pile 3. 2022 pile 3. 2022 pile 3. There we go. Yeah, look at that. The Divine Mother. Queen of Pentacles. Actually, I feel like there's one more that's meant to come out. Not that one. There we go. Enough is a feast. Great message. We'll continue pulling all the cards though. There we go. Lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. And take control of your own narrative. How can I know myself as absolute bison? Definitely, yeah, definitely getting a lot of earth energy here. Okay, Alneth, Roots and Foundations. This came out for pile 2. That's interesting. But definitely getting a different sort of vibe, though, for this message, at least. So that's all the oracles. Let's dive right in. Let's start with these. The Divine Mother. So this speaks a lot to the Divine Feminine as well. And Earth energy is naturally a feminine energy. So you're I feel like you have a very good flow with your mental body, at least, right? And you have a decent flow. Like, you know how to manage your emotions. You know how to control your emotions. But at the same time, you may have trouble expressing your emotions. You may have trouble showing your emotions to other people and showing affection to other people. And the message with the Divine Mother that I'm strongly getting, especially with this Queen of Pentacles, is that part of your lesson, part of your journey for 2022 is learning how to express yourself. And that's the whole point, of dating around, learning how to express yourself, learning how to loosen up around other people, learning how to have fun and let loose a little, right? And also just putting more faith in the universe, putting faith in the universe that even if you do get burned a few times, or maybe if you do get hurt a little, that's normal, and that's a normal part of dating, that's a normal part of figuring out the type of person that you want in your life. And if for those in a relationship as well, this is also a message she was saying, don't be afraid to show affection to your partner, or don't be afraid to sit down with your partner and be like, hey, I want to see more of this in our relationship because this is something I really want to open up to, or this is something that's very important to me. And with this card, Enough is a Feast, I'll actually, I feel inclined to read this one right out of the guidebook, because this is a much more of an esoteric deck. Yep, enough is a feast. For if you know what you want and will be content with it, you can be trusted. But if you do not know, your desires are limitless, and no one can tell how to deal with you. Nothing satisfies an individual incapable of enjoyment. So this is just, and I think this really speaks, to this workaholic energy, right? If you are never satisfied with your success, if you're never satisfied with where you are in your career or finances, or like if you're somebody that's very hard to please, this is a message that you need to lighten up a little, and you need to give yourself more credit than you deserve, right? Like, you work hard, you do a lot, and there has to be a point where, like, you know what? This is enough. I've done enough, right? While it's good to have a good drive, while it's good to have a good ambition, there is a limit, and there's a point where it starts to become more harmful than constructive in your life, right? Enough is a feast, right? Don't overdo it, right? Give the other parts, like the relationship part of your life, more attention. Start to focus on that more, right? You've done enough with your career. Like, you're steady, right? You're very accomplished. You've done a lot of work, and it's time to focus on other various parts of your life. And this is shown here with Lighthouse. And maybe part of the reason why you've been so focused on work is because maybe you're scared of rejection, or maybe you're scared that there's no one out there for you, right? But this Lighthouse card, it says, don't doubt your worth. I am always enough. And just know that you are always enough, right? And while everybody has their own flaws, everybody has their own perks, right? Like, that's how it is when you're with somebody or in a connection, right? Don't let anybody else doubt your worth. Don't let, like, a few couple failed flings or whatever, fizzled out sparks, don't let that intimidate you from, getting out there and dating other people. And if you're in a relationship, don't, maybe in this relationship, maybe you, whether it's new or not, maybe you haven't been intimate yet, or maybe you're not that intimate anymore. And maybe it's because maybe you have body image issues, or maybe you just don't feel confident in yourself. This is universe saying, don't doubt your worth, right? You are beautiful. You are amazing. And you are worth everything. You are worth all the love. You're worth all the attention. And don't let anybody else, or don't let those mean thoughts in your head take that away from you, right? Because you deserve a lot. And here we have a library. Take control of your own narrative, right? If you think that you're somebody who's maybe destined to be like, oh, I've never dated anybody yet, I've never been in a relationship, maybe that's just how it's meant to be, I'm just meant to be focused on career. No, that's a lie, right? You have control of your story, you have control of your narrative. If you want to get out there and find love, if you want to get out there and make those connections, do it. Don't be afraid, right? You own your story, you write your own story, and yeah, and that's all there is to it. Take control of your narrative. Write your own story. Don't let anybody else write it for you. And here, I pulled this card for Pile 2, but the quote is, travel safe, my friend. Get to know the world and explore, but never forget where you came from. And I really believe this is a message, like maybe you could have been made fun of a lot as a kid, perhaps, or maybe you didn't have the best relationships, rather with your own gender or the opposite gender. Maybe you're bullied a little, or maybe you just grew up with pretty negative parents, or demeaning parents or siblings or whatever it is that kind of has made you doubt your worth, or made you feel like you can't be a good partner, or that maybe you'll never be able to find a happy relationship, especially if maybe like in regards to your parents or something. Just know that like, no, it's time to rebuild those emotional roots and emotional foundations, right? Like, get to know the world, get out there, meet other people, meet new people. What type of people do you get along with the most? What type of people do you clash with, right? And the thing is, like, don't forget your roots, right? Because with this Ten of Pentacles energy, you definitely have worked very hard to get to where you are right now. You've done a lot of work, whether you came from maybe a higher standing than others. You've definitely worked hard. So don't forget those roots. Don't forget when you got your first ever job, or you were at the bottom of the totem pole. Don't forget that. And I think this is a lot of a message to try to be more aware to. Maybe you could be somebody who's a little arrogant, or you can come off as arrogant to other people. And this could be a front too to, feeling insecure. But yeah, don't forget your root and foundations, and get out there and meet new people. Meet people who are completely different from you that can help open up your mind a little. And here we'll get into this Prairie Majesty card. We have, how can I know myself as absolute? And I like to read these cards from the guidebook because this is a very beautifully written guidebook. So B, the totality within you is always available. You are unlimited, undiminished, and unrestricted. Your eternal soul knows itself as unconditionally loved and loving. As an integral part of the whole, you are always connected to the all, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. You can tap into this at any time. Be still, go within, and feel this truth. In this time of great awakening and healing, it grows easier and easier to do so. As the largest North American land animal, bison has no natural predators. His solid bulk belies his equally powerful agility. He can run fast, jump high, and turn quickly. Yet he spends most of his time calmly grazing, resting, and chewing his cud before moving on. His role is key to creating the prairie habitat, since his foraging behaviors help disperse seeds and aerate the soil. The more each of us takes time to connect from within and act from an awareness of our true sovereign nature, that we are always loved, always powerful, and always enough, the more we create an environment that supports everyone. Each of us holds great power to draw on as needed. Center yourself in this certainty nothing can harm or erode your eternalness. So yeah, what does this card say? Don't doubt your worth. Do not doubt your worth, right? You are powerful, and you've already proved how capable and powerful you are, right? We have this Ten of Pentacles, we have this Nine of Pentacles, and eventually, this Queen of Pentacles energy, Seven of Cups. You are powerful, and you have so much versatility in your life right now, and you have the ability to bend and, adapt to whatever, like if you want to, make a change in your life, you have the versatility to do that, right? Embrace it. Embrace who you are, and yeah, those are the messages. And to finish up this reading, we are going to do think of a question, a yes or no question in your mind, and I'm going to use this small little cute deck I have here to give you an answer to that question. So I want you to close your eyes, meditate with me, and think of a question. Doesn't it fill out for you? You're going in the right direction. So that is the answer to your question. You're going in the right direction. Yeah, and that's all I have for you guys. Pile 3, thank you if you have watched this far. Your support means a lot to me. And I hope you have a great 2022, and I hope you have a great New Year's.